matters.
Devin Neal is the tailback with his 48 career touchdowns, and he plunges forward for about half of the line to gain.
Defensively.
He had a partial scholarship to Jackson State, then transferred here when Coach Prime came, as this is a run, and it's going to lose about half a yard.
Absolutely, think about it.
It's a run. Neal changing direction, and he launches himself to the stick. It looks like he's got it, and he does.
And part of the reason they're #1 in the Big 12, third amongst Power 4 and top 10 in the country on third downs, is because they run it. And it doesn't matter. It could be 3rd and 3. It could be 3rd and 6. Robert Livingston talking to us, the D coordinator, like, man, you have got to stop the run. It's our mission each and every week. But if you don't do it against Kansas, and especially on third down, you're going to have a hard time slowing down their offense.
And you'll have a hard time seeing the football as well. Colorado, you mentioned it during the week, wants this to be a high possession game. Out of the backfield, it's Neal. Catch and run for Devin Neal. Oh boy, there he goes. The local kid from Lawrence scores first and sets Kansas City into a frenzy.
Oh, that's sneaky Jeff Grimes, the coordinator. I said to him yesterday, you've only run 20-something screens all year. One of the fewest screen teams in college football. He said, well, our O-line's not really built for it, but your receivers are. So they run a little crack screen, and look at the job of the guys on the inside. And then Devin Neal, well, he makes Silman Craig miss. There's nobody in the alley. That kind of looked like Colorado's offense. Those receivers blocking on the perimeter, setting their buddy up for success. And then Neal showing you with now his 49th career touchdown. I'm ready for this primetime matchup.
Talk about local pride for Devin Neal. When he was a senior in high school, he told us yesterday that he used to just go down to his time as Neal did the running. That sound you hear is the possible upset siren in the background. 7-0 Jayhawks. And Lance Leipold, there's Devin Neal, who just scored the touchdown. And, you know, part of the reason they're playing at Arrowhead Stadium this year is because of the 9-4 last year, the team getting better. Only one touch so far for Colorado, led to a punt. And this is a run for Neal, who just kept his feet long enough.
That's why he's tied with Hill Green as a leading tackler. He's free, but Neal puts him as a quick snap.
They'll break and then run it. It's a direct snap for Neal, and he's going to go down.
Forget it.
Daniels will roll to the right. He's got Neal blocking for him, and Daniels keeps his feet somehow. Oh my goodness. In this first quarter, one possession so far for Colorado, and Neal is wrangled and dropped. Comes out this side for Neal, and he finds his way to the 6. 7-3 with the close losses. Feed it to Devin Neal again. Keaton Wade was in there along with Wonkwo, and now looks as fresh as can be. Neal runs into a wall. Keaton Wade again. Boy, are they ever. Neal, a walk-in! He's smoking hot.
Wow. Jason, we have not seen this when we've watched Colorado this year. We have not seen to a man. Look at every one of these offensive linemen win their block. Every one of them. They get a body on a body. They get bodies to the ground. And Neal, maybe one of the easiest of his 50 career touches, as he is untouched.
And, you know, you're not playing at your home stadium that you helped, quote-unquote, rebuild. That's coming soon. But Devin Neal has such pride for this university, this city, and he runs like it.
Not going to be easy to break those records either with the transfer portal.
12 title game this season. Off the motion from Grimm, and they'll hand it off for Neal for about a yard. Is back in him after such injury issues at points in his Kansas career. Now Neal is back there himself, and he's going to go down the sideline. Another big play. Man, back and forth. Sanders saved the touchdown. That's 46.
Yeah, not a great snap. And let's give a gold star. This has been a couple occasions now that this man's been doing some work. Jared Casey, watch him. He seals that Y9 edge, and then you pin and you pull around. And there's big Logan Brown just looking for somebody. He didn't even have to hit anybody because that edge is sealed and defined so well. And Devin Neal, the athleticism to catch that snap first and then just doing some work.
Daniels will throw. It's high for Neal. It's incomplete. Not in the place he expected, but it's an NFL stadium. And boy, that young man has meant so much to this program.
Yeah, and he did it early here with a kind of a play out of Colorado's playbook. That little screen out to him. He gets help around him. He makes Silman Craig miss. And then he's to the house. This one, the big guys did all the work, laying the foundation so he could walk it in for number 50 in his career. And then this one,
Jalen Daniels on second down. Nice pickup by Neal. Get it out to Grimm, and Luke Grimm can.
And a nice job with the protection here. Man-to-man coverage. You'll actually see two Buffaloes run into each other.
Daniels for Neal. On the check down, Devin Neal. Just when he leans to go forward and starts to go north-south, he looks like he's about to knock down 9 or 10 pins.
We sat with him yesterday. He's a pretty sturdy kid.
He is. It feels like the one thing maybe NFL-wise people look for is the possible speed, but we've seen him turn it up on the sideline so far for that 51-yard touchdown. And he's got a first down here. First down. Feed Neal again, and Devin Neal breaks another tackle. He just keeps on churning. He can wreck your day, and he's done it for his entire career.
Well, in the timeout here by Kansas, he did it to Silman Craig earlier, right? And he's talking and he's jawing. And this time, Shiloh Sanders gets on his back and he goes for about a 7-yard ride. Hello, Shiloh. How are you? I'm going to carry you for 5 more yards down to the 2-yard line, and then I'm going to let you know about it as well.
A really good job by this officiating crew to make sure a game that's kind of been living on the edge emotionally stays on the field because it's fun to watch. Neal again, shoulder first into the line. Just in 20 to make him one-dimensional. I think that's why you just said why. So here is Neal doubling back. Devin Neal, first down and more. Grimm got in the way. Shiloh Sanders, the tackle and a marker coming in. Feels like one of those games where if Devin Neal has his say, he's not going to let Kansas lose.
Yeah. Personal foul, horse collar tackle. Defense
it's
number
a second
21.
Controversial horse collar in the ball game.
And then watch his feet. As he gets into, he makes that one miss. There's, I'm going to outrun that one. And it's that cut right there at full speed between McKinney and company. And all Shiloh can do once again is hold on. And this time, that's a real number.
And they're above that already in this game. Another run for Neal.
Perseverance to play through.
Third down run, Devin Neal again. Across the 25, Bryce Foster was out in front, leveling folks.
That was 3rd and what?
9. But that's Jeff Grimes' deal, right?
And once again, we get in these situations, and Foster's out in front of this thing like, who do I even block? I'm not blocking somebody until the 3rd level when I get to, you know, give Shiloh a little.
Neal straight ahead. He's going to be hard to stop. They're going to say he's down a yard short of the line to gain. 2nd and 1. It's a run straight ahead, and it's Neal once again. I mean, it looks like he's spring-loaded. 2 of the 3 plays if they get to 3.
Think so.
Neal along the right side, and just about a yard, if that.
In the backfield. Trust us, he got home.
One more time. Neal rams in, touchdown. Silman Craig got a face full of Lawrence's favorite son.
Yeah, this is 185 pounds of the safety, number 7. and about 200 and what did he tell us yesterday? 13 or so pounds.
Up to the pound
of pure pain running right through. And I love the adjustment from Kansas. Clamored for that call on the previous drive before half. Get your best player of the ball.
Trying to redirect the Big 12 himself. The Devin Neal reel.
Man, we have seen some running backs this year. I've told you a bunch. This is not the year of the quarterback in college football.
Full of Hulk Hogan that time.
Yeah, this is the year of the running back. And there's a bunch of good ones in this Big 12. There's Ashton Genty up there in Boise. But it really is just these two. You can wipe away everybody else. Watch this play unfold. They're all gone, and it's these two that are right on a collision course. And you know what Devin Neal's mascot was there at Lawrence High School, right?
What's that, Brock?
The Chesty Lions. And he set it with his chest right through Silman Craig for 6.
2nd and 6. A little hesitation for Neal. He's really good, even when his feet stop. We saw it on the run earlier. 151 yards on the ground already as the option man here, and he gets stonewalled. 2. Grimm, the motion man. Daniels for Neal. That's been such a problem for the Buffaloes out of the backfield all year long. It's a first down.
Well, it's because of all the man-to-man coverage, and just look at all of the clutter here. Right, look at all the traffic that you're trying to sort through. You have Grimm as well. You have both options.
Kansas 4 for 4 on 3rd down in the second half. They're going to go multiple tight ends here on 1st down. Give it to Neal, and he gets yanked back. 3rd and 7. It's a run. It's Neal shedding tacklers, and now you've got a 4.5 yard Brock. Neal goes low, and he's got it. 1st down, Kansas. The Lawrence native moves the sticks.
That's a good thing he's a chesty lion, and he's willing to stick that chest out, because that was it. Keeps the feet up. The ball gets to the line to gain.
Pointing season that has changed direction the last couple of weeks. It's a 1st and goal run, and it's Devin Neal. Tenders for the Big 12 throne in a row. Neal picking his way, leaping his way down to the 2. That end zone. 3rd and goal. Neal is in. Touchdown! 4 times to the house, Devin Neal.
You watch those running backs do all sorts of drills, Jason, over the course of a year, over the course of a career, right? And watch the hand plant here. Once again, it's Cameron Silman Craig. They're in a one-on-one in that same spot they were last time. That time 7 goes down. And what does Devin Neal do? Are you going to punch? I'm going to counter punch, and I'm going to hand plant with unbelievable strength, athleticism, and power to finish again. Good Lord.
I don't know if that run is a better analogy for the last 3 weeks for Kansas or the last 3 years. Conversions, but you know what? They always say in college, I wish I would have taken more pictures, right? I wish there were more pictures. They're going to make sure of it. Kansas has slathered touchdowns all through the running game. Just grab you some. Young man, senior day.
Here, right there. Not only a 1st down, but another minute off the clock.
Look at those two friends together. Just taking it in right now. Daniels and Neal. Will snap it with 6 and give it to Neal, who just rummages ahead to the 46.
Conference, the winners of 7 of 8 in Colorado.
Change the play there. Neal changes direction there. He's got a 1st down, and he's got the game of his career on his last Kansas home game.
And this time it's right through the arms of Wonkwa. I mean, that may be the most impressive of all, of the 300-pound nose tackle running through him as well. Just keep on feeding.
It's a hungry lion right there. 263 total yards for Devin Neal. He's still about 60 away from a career high in total yards. In top 16 in the country and run plays of 10 or more. They've got 10 of them, making 11 of them today. First down, Kansas, Devin Neal.
I mean, this is Cable Dew just getting a body on a body, displacing that time 315-pound Barnes. I'm going to have an effort like this. He has been superhuman, especially sniffing the goal line in the second half.
Neal on the run.
Frankly, Jason, this was the most dangerous foe in many ways for these Buffaloes because of this ability to run. The closest facsimile to Kansas State, who did this. This is the only other team, right? Colorado's won 7 of 8, the only team that beat them. And that one, it took a touchdown in the final minute by Kansas State to do. Not this.
Right back there on 2nd and 9 off the block from Casey. He'll get stuffed. It's about a yard. Fox College football sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. How many I got? Oh, it's my number there on my jersey. Devin Neal, 4 touchdowns. Man, oh man.
You can write some scripts for senior night.
Off here, they could use a timeout. Instead, they'll just give it to Devin Neal. Old reliable, just short of the line to gain. Devin Neal, straight ahead. He sneaks through the other side, and so has Kansas this season.
See, collapsing this edge, just dominating right there, moving people. A nice kick out there by Casey pulling around. And that was just the final. Travis Hunter is the best player in college football, but on this field and in this building today, that was as good an effort by an individual I've ever seen in Devin Neal.
The first time in FBS history ever a team with a losing record has won 3 straight games.